I'm gonna go eat cookies now. Hey y'all, it's your girl Haley. I'm the girl behind Brewing Happiness, which is a health and happiness website with recipes dedicated to all definitions of health. Today we're making cookies. Very excited to love me some cookies. We're making some healthy kitchen sink cookies. I'm moving right now, so I took sort of what's left in my fridge and my pantry and I made a cookie out of it, and they're friggin' delicious. They might sound weird and like a little too healthy for you, but trust me, they're delicious. They're kind of like a breakfast cookie meets a oatmeal raisin cookie. Oh, and they're a smaller batch, so you won't have a ton of cookies laying around, but it can help you sort of get rid of stuff that's in your fridge. So these cookies are muesli based. This recipe is sponsored by Bob's Red Mill. I love them and would use them anyways. I love Bob's Red Mill so much. And their muesli is great. It's basically, I'll read you the ingredients list. You ready? Whole grain oats, raisins, almonds, sunflower seeds, dried cranberries, brown rice crisps, dried apples, coconut, and pumpkin seeds. So it's just a mixture of delicious things that you could use as cereal, but we're gonna use it as sort of the base of this cookie. Let's get started. All right, first things first, we're gonna combine our almond butter. We're using a half a cup of almond butter. You could also use peanut butter, cashew nut butter, whatever you have. Just make sure that it's creamy. That's important to the texture. Almond butter often, is separated in the jar. So you want to make sure it's mixed. Oh, you also want to make sure that it is unsweetened. Then we'll add 1 egg to it. And then finally a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, so now we're just gonna use a large spoon to sort of mix this together. You don't wanna use a whisk, it won't work well. So you can see this is like just kind of barely mixed. Okay, from here, we're going to add 1/4 cup of finely shredded carrot. They add nice texture, a little bit of nice sweetness, and they make it healthier, which is great. We're adding 1/4 cup of plain cooked quinoa. I made a big batch of quinoa the other day and had a ton extra, and this is a nice way to use it up. Now we're gonna add 1/3 cup of coconut sugar. We're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And now the star of our show, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of muesli. I like to make sure I'm getting some of the raisins in there and all those extra goodies. And now we just mix it all up. You can sort of use the back of your spoon just to make sure it's getting well combined. So this is what it looks like when it's all well mixed. Now I'm gonna get a baking tray lined with parchment paper and we'll get this off in the oven. Okay, I have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And I'm gonna use a cookie scoop. You can definitely just use a spoon here. This batter is gonna make 8 small cookies or about 5 to 6 larger cookies. So what I like to do is sort of make this double tall ice cream scoop of cookie. So from here, I'll just take the back of the spoon and just kind of like smush them into cookie shapes. So if you wanted to now, you could add some chocolate chips to the top of it. You could add chocolate chips to the batter. I would say only add about a tablespoon or so. If you start to add more than that, the batter tastes like a weird chocolate chip cookie, which maybe you like. I'm just gonna add a few chocolate chips to the top of 1/2 of these. So chocolate chips are totally optional. These are gonna go in the oven at 375 for 12 minutes, and then they're about done. Okay, there we are. We have cookies. I'm gonna use my ugly spatula to transfer these onto a cooling rack, and we'll let them cool for a little bit. So you can see the cookies spread just a little, but not a whole ton. So there you have it. There are our Muesli Kitchen Sink Cookies. I hope you enjoyed it. The recipe's on Brewing Happiness. You can get the recipe link in the description box below. And I'll see you guys next time for another recipe video. I don't know when that'll be. I'm moving and life's crazy, but I'll be back. soon. In the meantime, follow along at Brewing Happiness and all the social and things, and stay happy and stay healthy. I love you guys. Bye. I don't know what to tell you. This is a good cookie.